Hello to my wonderful grandchildren. Today I am going to tell a story, and we're going to have James be the main character in our story. So this is a James story. Okay, so one day James decided that he wants to build a tower that is as, I should have my words here in order somehow, shouldn't I? He wants to build a tower that is as big, where's our word big? Well, anyway, he's going to build a tower in his front yard that is as big as his house, or as tall as his house. So what he did first is he asked his mom and he asked his dad if he could build this big tower with Legos and put a dinosaur head on the very top of the tower. So he took his Legos out to the front yard and he asked Winnie and Cleo to help him. Cleo first said no, but then she changed her mind. And Winnie said yes. Oh, where's the word yes? Winnie said yes, that she would help him. Cleo first said no, but James asked very, very nicely and said, will you help me? And Cleo changed her mind. So when they got out front, James thought, I need more blocks. So he called up Sterling and Roman and said, will you come to my house and bring all of your Lego blocks? And they said, yes. They said yes. And they came to his house and they came to his house and they had 2 boxes of Legos with them. And they started building their tower. Well, pretty soon the tower was as tall as Winnie. So James said, I think what we need to do is have Sterling climb up on Winnie's shoulders so that we can make the tower taller. Well, then it was as tall as Sterling, so then we had to have James stand on Sterling's shoulder. Then Roman had to stand on James's shoulder, and finally Cleo had to stand all the way to the top. Well, they got the tower up to the top, but Cleo said, I am too little to put the top on. So James had another great idea. He called the fire department and said, will you come help us? And they said yes. So when they got there, in a big red fire truck with a huge ladder, guess who was driving it? It was Marshall. Marshall got up and he helped Cleo put the dinosaur on the very top of the tower. And then he helped them come down the ladder with him. Everybody came down except Winnie, because Winnie's feet were already on the ground. So Winnie said to James, that was a lot of fun, James, but I am not going to do that again because I don't want 4 people standing on my shoulders. Ouch, that was really hard. So, but she said, I love the tower that you built. And all the neighbors and the neighborhood dogs were able to come over and see the tower, and everyone was happy. And that is the end of our story. Yay! But now I have a story to read to you today. And what is that story going to be? So let's see. What is this book about? It is a story called The Karate Kids. Now, what is special about this book is the person who wrote the book. The person who wrote the book's name is Holly Sterling. Do you believe it? First name is Holly and her last name is Sterling. Holly Sterling wrote the book about karate. And our Sterling takes karate classes. So that is so cool. So I'm going to show you a picture of what Holly Sterling looks like. I'm going to turn this so you can this picture. That is a picture of Holly Sterling, who wrote this book. And it says, I began karate when I was 10 years old. Soon I was taking part in karate competitions all over the world, winning medals in Europe and all the world levels. And in 2013, I was the first female athlete to be crowned the grand champion 2 years in a row at the Karate Union in Great Britain. She lives in Great Britain in England, and that's where she won all her medals. Now she's retired, but she teaches other children, and she writes books. And this is one of her books, The Karate Kids. I'm going to look for some more of her books, too, because it is so cool that her name is Holly Sterling. Okay, so in this book, look at all these kicks. Now, they give you the Japanese name for the kicks and the English name. So I'm not too good at Japanese, so I'm going to tell you some of the names. This is a back kick. This is in informed stance. This is a side elbow strike. This is a downward kick, and this is, can't read it, a knife hand block, and a jump kick. Oh my gosh, look at all these. Quite a few. So, this says, I am Maya, and I want to be a karate kid. And there's Maya with, looks like maybe her dad and her cat. Today, I wake up bright and early. It's Saturday, which means I have my karate class. Yay! I wear my crisp white uniform, which is called a gi. I find my white belt for beginners like me, and I'm ready to go. Dad takes me to the dojo. That's where we practice our karate moves. All my karate friends are on their way too. Oh, look at all the kids going to class. Hi, Finja and Patrick. Hello, Matthew and Hannah. And Pranu and Maya. First, we take our shoes and socks off. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. She's even doing a handstand. I don't think you have to do that in karate, but we'll ask Sterling. Then we bow to our, let's say, sensei, our teacher. The teacher asks us to warm up our bodies from the top of our heads to the tips of our toes. Look at that, they're stretching and boinging and swishing. Hannah swings her arms from side to side. I can't touch my toes yet, but I can stretch as far as I can go. Then we practice our blocks. Age-yuk blocks the head. Soto-yuk blocks the stomach. Grandma hopes you're saying this Japanese stuff correctly. And Gedan-bara blocks down low. I get a little mixed up with my arms, but Sensei, the teacher, is there to give me some extra help. Well done, Maya. Now it's kata time. This is where we try to remember a whole pattern of moves. Who can show me their best stance? Stance is how they're standing. See that? I'm excited to show off my balance. See how she's standing on one foot? But I start to wiggle and wobble, and then bloop, she kind of fell down. Want some help? Hey, I've got it now. Look at that. She gets a little help and she can do her standing on one foot. When Sensei says yo, I know it's time to show her what I got. I find my balance, I focus ahead, and I take a deep breath. Hi-ya! Kaya at the top of my voice, and I am a karate kid. Hi-ya! Look at them all. We all are a karate kid. Look at all those fancy kicks they're doing. To wind down again, we kneel and close our eyes in Mokuso time. We breathe in and out, calmly and slowly, in and out. That's what we do when we do yoga too. We breathe slowly, pay attention to our breathing, and that's how we calm down. Whoa, everyone is here to pick us up already. Karate class goes so quickly. Look at all the parents there to pick up their kids. Goodbye, Sensei. See you next Saturday. She says goodbye to her karate family. She says, bye, Maya. As I leave the dojo, I see Tomoko, one of the big kids, practicing her kata. She is smooth and graceful. She has a black belt. Oh, I really want to be as good as she is when I grow up. And maybe I will be. Oh. So here we have Holly Sterling again. She says karate helps you to improve fitness and flexible, and it teaches you confidence, compassion, and respect. And it's a good way to make friends. So I'm so glad that Sterling is taking some karate classes. And look at the different moves, kicks and running block and kneel, back kick, informal stance. Lots of different moves that you learn when you take a karate class. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that book. And I read that Holly Sterling has written a few other books. So I'm going to look at the library to see if we can read some more of her books. I hope you enjoyed our stories today. Love you all. Bye-bye.